For this video, we are going to talk about 5 steps in Lumion design. First step is importing your design or build landscape. Actually, we have talked about this step, importing your design from Sketchup, Revit, ArchiCAD, AutoCAD, Vectorworks, likewise, or maybe you have to build your landscape. Already we have talked about this thing as well. And the second step is assign materials. Okay, and the third step is crafting your environment. That means adding vegetations, some plants, rocks, likewise. Okay, and the fourth step is adding some 3D objects like transport assets, humans, indoor outdoor asset, likewise. And the final step is mix effects and render. That means image, video, or panorama render. Now we are going to talk about importing your design or a build landscape. So for that, I'm just gonna show you how to import your design again. Actually, I have already imported a model from SketchUp, but I will now import another SketchUp file. I'll just give a different name for that. Okay, now here we have v22, that means the imported asset from SketchUp. As you can see, this is the SketchUp file we have imported. Actually, it contains a small amount of landscape area, but you can build your landscape upon your request from this tab, landscape, and like this. See, or maybe likewise. Anyway, for now we'll just increase the height of asset, because as you can see our landscape is underneath of the Lumion landscape. That means our model is at minus level. So what you can do is you can just increase the height of landscape like this. Okay, so this is one object for today's lesson. So I'm just gonna delete this one. I'm just gonna import a small model because we are building a small environment and a small projects, and you'll just see how the final image rendering will be happen. Okay, it's a small model from SketchUp. As you can see, it's a good quality model. So here, as you can see, there are grasses in our landscape. So what you can do is go to landscape, just turn off the grass here. Now it all are flat. Okay, so here you have a SketchUp model. Now I'm gonna again imported a Revit model. Actually, this model was built in a Revit. So I'm just gonna place here, and I'm just gonna rotate it. So I just need to have a small urban area, that means contain some houses and some trees. It's like a urban area with environment. So from this example you will have an idea about how the image rendering and these effects will work with your model, and finally to have a photorealistic rendering. I'll just Here we have another imported item. We'll just import this villa. Okay, now we are gonna import a small road section that will go through on this way. So what you can do is I have already imported that, or otherwise you can import from your third-party libraries like 3D warehouse. You can import a road section. Okay, I'll just import it. Yeah, here. It's actually a model from 3D warehouse. Really good quality textures were there. So as you can see now, these two are in a two different levels. So what you can do is you just can I'll just map the height difference, because otherwise you will feel. I think it's pretty okay now. Yes, it is. Okay, so actually now we have completed our first step. That means importing your design and build some landscape. So in order to build some landscape, I'll just increase some heights here as well, so it will look like a mountain little bit. Too fast, so it will feel like a mountain range with some far away mountains. Okay, so the second most important thing is when you are working with Lumion is assigning materials. That is a really important thing. For this model, as you can see, the textures are really high quality textures, but for this example I will just change the textures like this. We'll just go to outdoor and wood. As you can see, there are a little bit of gloss effect. I don't like it, so I'll just reduce it, and I'll just increase the map scale by pressing shift button. That will slow down the scaling option like this. Okay, as you can see, there are pretty options. We have talked about this. Now I'm just gonna click here. When you just click here, actually this model is from Sketchup, and if you just click here, it will say when importing to Lumion, there will be no assigned materials from Sketchup. What you can do is, just if you want to keep this material, just click standard and just reduce the gloss and reflectivity, and it will stay as it is. So but I just want to change the material, so I will just go to outdoor and wood. I will just have this type of a thing, and as you can see, it's like a vertical, so I want to rotate that one. So I can change it by 90 degrees. Actually it's 90 now. It's good. So I will just reduce the gloss and reflectivity as well, and I will just reduce the map scale as well, and I will just assign a interior glass, outdoor glass, pure glass type. Okay, and I will assign some indoor flooring. I'll just, because these minor details are really important when you want to have a photorealistic design. Just remember that. And what we can do here is, okay, it's good. I just reduce the gloss. It's kind of a really good texture now. So now for the outdoor, I just need to have some a different type of concrete texture. I'll just go with this. Okay, I'll just reduce the gloss and reflectivity. Now just increase the relief, and I will just have a little bit colorization, a little bit gray color like this. Okay, now it's good. Yeah, and for the here I will have an outdoor stone type material. No, it's not a good color, but I just try to change the color of it. So we'll just have this one. Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's like a concrete thing, right? Okay, that's, yeah. To have a displacement map as well, as you can see, increase in displacement map. Don't do it too much, because otherwise it will feel too much 3D effect on the surface. Just have it here like this. Okay, it's now good. For this texture I will keep as it is. Now what we can do is okay, now we have completed materials, and okay, we'll do some interior as well. So we'll just go to here, and indoor there's a fabric. You can have a fabric like this, less displacement like this, and some heading. Okay, and we'll just go to here, and indoor fabric, we'll just have not a carpet, polyfabric material. Okay, I will just have a white color one like this, and here also I will just copy this material as well, standard, and paste like this. And here also I'll just do the same thing, paste here, and white. Yes, that is good. I'll just add some little bit darker material type. Okay, too much glossiness, just reduce it. Okay, and some weathering effects on the concrete if you just want it. I'll just have some a stone type weathering. Okay, right, that's good, that's really good. Okay, here also I'll just reduce the gloss and reflectivity, and I will add some a rustic iron look. So just move closely, not too much. Okay, now it's good. Okay, okay, right. So now we have done some pretty good material assigning. Okay, we'll just add some we'll change this material as well. Go to fabric, again a carpet type thing. Okay, it's good. Okay, for this one just keep as it is. Okay, okay, now we have completed the second step, that means assign material as well. The one thing you should remember is, once you are check the preview of the rendering, you can change the material, because sometimes the assigned material can be changed, because the final output you will not get what you expected. So what you can do is just have a preview and just change the material as it is, as you want. Likewise, so here now, as a second step we have completed. Now we'll go to the third step. Now we are on the third step. That means crafting your environment. That means adding vegetations and getting more realism on your model. Okay, for this model I'm gonna use some fine detail nature assets from Lumion library. Here what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add some trees here. These are fine detail nature. If you go near, as you can see, though all those leaves are really hyper realistic. Okay, I'll just add a small like this. Okay, I will add some more trees, not, and some nature assets from the Lumion asset library. We'll add some we'll just paint placement. That means you can paint it. Just look how I'm gonna do it. You can just click here, you will get a circle. That means you can paint it on your landscape like this, and you can change the density of the cluster. If you want to delete it, just delete it likewise, and I will just add like this. We'll add some small trees. Every detail is really important when you are dealing with a good quality model. If you want to get some a good quality model finally as a final output, we'll add some plants here, or maybe a small clusters like this. We'll add some small broadleaf type, because if you have a look on here, you can see the voids from each and every tree. So what you can do is you can fill with some medium height trees like this. Here we will have another vegetation. We will go for a plants. It's too much, and I will try another mask placement. I will just show you how to do it. We will go with we will go with this. Just click this mask placement and you will have this kind of a thing, and what you can do is just drag along the line you want it, and just click here. There will be another trees already added by default, so what you can do is just delete those things. Okay, and as you can see, a small number of plants appeared on my mask cluster. What you can do is you can increase the number of items, and you can do it randomized direction, and you can randomize spacing, and you can randomize offset. Okay, and here if you want to add some other plants to this mask placement, what you can do is you just have to click here and just click here. Okay, just click here, and again what you have to do is you have to just click here as well. Okay, now you have a mask placement here. I just need to have another mask placement here as well. Just click here, and here as well. Just delete those things, and we'll add this cluster like this. Okay, just click OK, and we will have a tree here. Okay, likewise. So we will have another tree here, probably masked the fine detail one. Likewise. Okay, and we will have some fallen leaves from here. Here you have fallen leaves. I just have this here and here as well, and here as well. Okay, if you want more, just okay. Now we have completed the third step, that means crafting your environment. Actually, it's up to you to decide whether how you're gonna need your output as a final product. If you want more vegetations, adding more vegetations give life to your model, so just remember that. And also remember that adding fine detail nature models into a model will reduce the speed of your model, because it will utilize your graphic card really hard. So just remember that, and if you can just make it on a layers, and just turn off the fine detail nature for if you have a big model in your project. Just remember those things, and I think we have completed the third step. As a fourth step, we are gonna add some 3D objects to our project. Here you have more than 6,000 models built into your Lumion asset library. Just remember that you have plenty of models: interior, outdoor, vehicles, humans, and most of the vegetations are really hyper realistic. So just remember that some of the models are given by the Evermotion, one of the leading 3D asset development company. And here I'll just add some ceiling fans to here. It's too big. I'll just add this one. Okay, here we have some leaves from this tree. Just click this fine detail tree here, and we'll just drag it from here. Okay, and we'll add some chair from the interior seating. We'll just rotate it, and some ornaments. We'll just add this as well. Rotate it likewise. It's quite big, so I'll just reduce the size of the asset. Likewise, some candles. some pictures as well. Okay, and some humans, people 3D statics. So we'll just add a human here. So it's quite a big because our model is a little bit smaller than the usual. So what you can do is you have to reduce the size of the model like this, and we'll add some okay. If you want to add some chairs, outdoor chairs, you can still do it. And we'll add some vehicle. In Lumion, actually, they have advanced their vehicle types, because now you can add some metallic surfaces for the vehicles. I will just show you. I will just add a vehicle like this, and I will reduce the size of the vehicle a little bit. And here you have another panel saying that which layer you want to put this vehicle, and the light of the vehicle. And if you want to change the color, I will just add some white color, because I like white color. And if you want to have the metallic paint type, as you can see, if I just zoom here, you can change the difference of metallic paint. It's like more realism. And if you want to show the driver, or if you do not want to show the driver, just click this button as well, likewise. So okay, now we have added, and we will just added some moving vehicles here. One, okay. Okay, I think we have added some of the assets in the Lumion asset library. You can customize as you want. You can add more people are working. For example, I can, for the outdoor, you can add some street lights as well. Here you have some street lights, you can add them as well. And just add the, it's two, we will add this, we will add this one, and you can click this object, and you can click this, and you can select all identical objects like this, and you can reduce the size of it similarly, likewise. Okay, okay, now we have completed the 4th steps, that means the adding 3D objects to your project. Now we will move on to the final step, that means adding more effects and render your output as an image, as a video, and the panorama, and how you can change the settings of the image and get more realism to your output. Now we are at the final step of the Lumion rendering process, that means mix effects and the render. Okay, here you have some right side menu, it says photo, movie, panorama, and files. We have talked about this. So here I will just click photo here, and then you might be able to find a similar window like this, and here you have some camera roll, similar type of a design, and here you have some settings, so I will discuss here. So actually when you are rendering an image or video, you can do it by manually, that means applying settings by yourself. Lumion has many effects for your rendering to get more photorealistic type of thing, but it's kind of a hard to do in manual. But if you have practice, you can do it yourself without any hesitation. But Lumion also have issued some custom styles, so I will just explain it to you by custom styles, then we'll go to the manual, because it will be easy to understand it on that way. So here you have custom styles, we'll just click here, and as you can see there are 9 presets. I would say preset because the settings are already applied by the Lumion team to get more photorealistic type of a thing. So I will just click this realistic, and we'll see how the image will look after applying this realistic preset. I'll just click here. As you can see, the Lumion has given some settings by their self: real skies, sharpen image, exposure, color correction, reflection, hyperlight, and skylight, and some shadows. If you just move here, you can do it same keys from your keyboard, that means W, A, S, D, Q, and E likewise. So to update the preview, that means to get an idea about how the output will be look like, just click anywhere in this window and just click here. As you can see, now the Lumion will give you the final output, almost similar output like this. As you can see, now the image look really sharp and looks really realistic. So what I'm gonna change here is the real skies. So just click here, and as you can see there are more real skies can be applied here, like this: evening, morning, overcast, sunset, clear, and night. It's up to your preference. You can do it, you can apply sunset, or I will just apply a sunset to showcase how the things will work. Just click here. As you can see, whole render will be changed according to your real skies. So here you have a heading, that means you can change the sky. If you just check this area, you can see the sky is moving. That means you can change the direction of the HDRI sky like this. I'll just click here, and I'm not satisfied with this setting, so I will just go here, and I will go with the morning sky, like this. Still little bit darker, so I will just increase the brightness here, and I will just flip the sky. Still not in a good. I will just here. Yeah, now these settings will be quite good rather than the other thing. But what we can do is you can go back to the settings, and you can increase the exposure like this. As you can see, if you move up, it's too much. Just apply here like this. Okay, so to what I'm gonna do is just click here, and I will store the camera angle, because otherwise I don't have to go every time that go same position and take the render like this, because if you store the camera style and settings, all will be saved to this set camera angle. So if you want to have another camera angle, just go like this and apply like this. So here I will change the custom style. I will just do the dawn or maybe daytime. I will just apply the dawn and check. Now it's a little bit darker because it's a dawn time, so I will change it again. Now I will change it to daytime, and as you can see, and here also you can change the heading and see how things have changed. Now it's quite good, but I will reduce the exposure settings here like this. Still this hyperlight means it's a really good settings given by the Lumion team. It will enhance your photorealistic setting. Just try to remember that using hyperlight will cost your graphic card graphic memory. So now you have the idea about the automatic settings which given by the Lumion, and here you have a watercolor if you want to this to appear as a watercolor theme like. So from next video we are going to talk about a manual settings to enhance your image. For the manual settings of Lumion image rendering, so here you have a CFX, that means add effects by your own styles. That means they have given you the style which you can change the settings upon your request. Just click here, and here you have featured sun, weather, sky, objects, camera, animations, artistic 2, and advanced movements like this. This animation things I will explain it to you in another video, because it's a really sort of a complex, not so hard, but you can understand it very well when I teach you. So for now I will apply some settings that are personal preference for me, and I will tell you how the settings can be changed. So here the first one is this sun. Actually, if you just click here, it will automatically add it to your image. I will just disable the effect to get an idea how the this setting will change your image rendering. Just click here. This is the without any settings, and if you apply the sun, you can see the sunlight. Not so, I mean, it's not a big change, but you can still see it. So the second effect I'm gonna apply is real skies, one of the most important thing. You can just go to sky, and here you have real skies, and here, as I explained to you in earlier video, you can apply any type of real sky. I will just apply a clear sky here, and as you can see, now the image has some good quality rather than no settings here. And here you have some other effects like aurora borealis. That means you can apply these effects when the scene is on a night mode. You can apply this aurora borealis, and sky and clouds, simple as that. I mean, in volume clouds also, and the horizon clouds you can apply, and you can, if you want to add some moon here, still you can do it. And if you go back to the featured, and here you have skylight, that is really useful. See how the setting will affect. This is the without setting, and when you have applied the settings, you can see the difference, right? Okay, and one of the important thing in Lumion is global illumination. You have to go to advanced here. This will show how these settings will act according to your real life scenarios, because when an object hits by a sun ray, that will this effect will enhance the realism of that reflection by the global illumination. Okay, and if you go to artistic 2, you have a bleach effect. It will give a little bit darker, but here I will just reduce it. I won't reduce it. These settings are up to actually your preferences, that can be changed according to different people's opinion. For me, these settings are really important, because you can apply these, you can try these. This bloom effect means if you apply this bloom effect, the sun will look like a bloom and the sky will be look like a bloom. If you want to do it, just add this effect and try. And these are some manga or analog. Color lab is a very important effect, and you can change this effect by applying some cartoon effect likewise. And next I'm gonna add some noise here, not too much, because it will like some, as you can see there are some a little bit a dots type of thing, a noise will apply like this. So I don't need that. I need a small amount, but I don't need, because it will give the real life settings, real life reflections to the image. And you can change the color also. Just click back, and here if you go to the color correction, this is a really important one, because of this color correction, that means you can change the temperature of the image like this. I don't need that much, I need a little bit. And you can change the tint color, I don't need that much. And you can increase the vibrance, that means more colors to your image. And brightness, contrast, saturation, and the gamma correction, limit low and limit high. These are up to your preferences, but for me, I will just reduce the brightness here like this, and I will just reduce the vibrance. Now I think that's pretty look good. I didn't save my camera angle, so I will just click here. Okay, now I will add some color lab, analog color lab, and you can change the style. See, a little bit gloom effect, a pretty good sign for the realism. And the amount you need, I don't need that much amount, I will have that amount. And go back to here and add some sharpen. If you want to sharpen the image, now I think they have balanced one, so I'll go with the sharpen one. And that bloom, as I talked to you before, you can add that as well. And the camera, yeah, here you have some pretty good settings here. This is a separate video, I will talk about that. And this is a handheld camera. This will you can apply this to image as well, but I prefer to add this as to a video, because a moving like a handheld camera effect will be gives you a realism on a video. And the exposure and the 2-point perspective, that means your image will be like, all the things in your image will like a perpendicular to the image, a 2-point perspective. We need that, so I will apply that as well. So I'll just go to here, and I will just add exposure, one of the must need in setting in your Lumion. And I'll just go back to here, and you can see this orthographic also. I will explain to you in next videos. Lens flare, that means your sun rays look like a lens flare, which sometimes you might get when you are taking a photograph in real life. That effect still can be applied in Lumion. And the depth of field, you can focus on one object and blur all the background, or maybe you can focus on the background and blur the in front of object. Likewise, that's up to you. Here I will go to the reflection, and one of the important thing, because I need to have some good quality reflections on these glasses. I'll just click here and I will just speed ray reflection. That means it will only apply to the image, not on the it will not affect on the Lumion while I'm working, because otherwise my graphic card will trying to lag because of these setting. These are graphic intensive effects. And if you want to add the reflection, just click this edit reflection planes, just click here, and here you might have see that now there will be plus sign, that means add plane. Just add one plane, and as you can see, when you move the mouse you will see a red. That means you cannot reflect these surfaces, but you can reflect here is these glasses, the water. Likewise, just apply here, and I will apply another surface like this surface as well. Likewise, so I just click OK. Now I have a preview quality high, and the reflection threshold I'll increase it. Now you might not able to see much, but there will be reflections, and now I have added. And the final thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add shadows, sharp shadows. So you can see, go back to here, and here have some shadows, and here you can have ultra sharp shadows. Likewise, and you can apply a soft shadow. You cannot apply on ultra sharp because it's obvious that ultra sharp and soft shadows will not match. And the fine detail shadows like this, and the brightness of the shadows, can increase them as well. I don't need that much. Omni shadow as well. So I think we have concluded our settings. These are some special effects which I will talk about you in future sessions. This photo matching, orthographic settings, and some animation effects, mask move. These we cannot apply these settings to image. These are only applied to video rendering. Just remember that. And this phasing is one of the important thing in Lumion. They have introduced in Lumion 11, Lumion 10 and below. They don't have any phasing effect. It's kind of a BIM, build information modeling sort of a effect. Okay, and actually you can apply these settings if the motion blur can be applied to a video, or in other settings, because these settings can be applied to a vehicle, moving vehicle really well, and some fisheye like things. And those are the settings for the manual. Actually, here are all the settings I have applied to this image. Here are the second page. You can change these settings and get more realism. You have to try by yourself. You have to apply each settings one by one and check the quality of the image. So you can see as a final stage of this video, I will just show you how to render the image. So now I have store this camera angle. So what I'm going to do is just click here. You have a green button says render. Just click render, and now you have a render current shot. That means email the sizes of the image you want. Usually I will go with the desktop. That means the full HD one. If you want more than full HD resolution, just go with the print or poster. and here I will just click desktop, and I will just click save. I'll just give the name 1. Now the image is rendering. You will have the timeline here, and I have completed my image. Now what you can go, just image, and these are the final image I have got. So you can change the settings of the your render image. Just change the, because real skies is one of the important settings in Lumion, because from that you can get more realism to your image. Still you can find some noise here. I will just reduce the noise from here. And I will just increase the sun brightness, and I'll just increase the exposure as well. I'll just flip the sky. Okay, now it's quite good.